Welcome in then to the latest edition of Extra Time. Thank you very much for your tweet. I'm bopping away.
He said Mario. He said Mario will be back.
Yeah, Mario is back.
He's not ready.
He is. He's there, look.
Oh,
there he is.
All right.
Mario returned.
Well, that slipped under the radar.
What's that?
The top 10 goals. How did I not know about that?
Hey, that's all right.
How did I not know about that this morning?
How are you, Mario? How was your weekend, mate? All good?
Oh, man, great weekend, man. Enjoying life like you, my friend.
Well, not really. You're happy in Los Angeles, single and loving it. We're here. I'm with Craig.
No, look, I got my missus, but listen, I'm good. I'm in LA.
Yeah, exactly.
He only come on. He only come on because he thought Clattenburg was on.
Yeah, exactly. Just wanted to shout at Clattenburg some more. Okay. And how are you, Gab? Are you well?
I am good. I'm not in LA. I'm in West London, but also good. You know, Champions League back. What's not to like?
Exactly.
What's special about LA? It's too busy.
Too busy, LA. Is
Traffic.
It? Yeah, a lot of traffic. Oh, don't drive.
You got to drive.
Why?
What else are you going to do?
Walk. Bike.
After you live.
Run.
What if you live in?
Mario runs everywhere. If you see his Insta stories, I see Mario working out. What a treat.
Well, you need to show me. I'm not on Instagram.
You got to do something to keep you alive. Happy, my friend. Stay fit.
Yeah, exactly. Who doesn't want to see a sweaty Mario of a Monday morning? Oh, lovely.
If that's Instagram, I'll stay off it.
Okay, Craig, with another man of the match performance from Vinicius Jr. Dan, are you ready to give Craig his due credit for his early prediction of Vinicius being player of the year?
You just went for the bog standard.
I went Benzema, didn't I?
You went cut and paste.
Yeah.
Lewandowski or Benzema.
Yeah.
You didn't think every now and again.
Although I would argue that Rodrigo was better than Vinicius Jr. at the weekend.
Well,
I don't think it was mad.
I'll be honest.
But that's fair enough.
I was off on Sunday.
There you go.
I was playing golf. I'll take your word for
What was your dedication to Vinicius Jr.? Cheerleading him on.
I went like that. I went, you got to go. Yeah, there you go.
Mario Potter versus Ten Hag. Who's the better manager? Who's under more pressure to succeed? And who has the tougher job?
By far, Ten Hag got a way harder job, I think, than Potter, because Potter comes in, and the way he came in, he's got brought in by the new owners. They wanted to have a clean new slate, and he's part of that journey. So I feel like he doesn't come in with pressure. Ten Hag, before he got the job, he already had the pressure with signing the deal.
What do you think, Gab?
No, I would go Ten Hag for the reasons that Mario laid out. I think, if Potter does badly, nobody's going to say, "Oh, look, you stink, Potter." I think they're going to turn their anger towards Todd Boehly and the rest of the ownership group, because in the end, the numbers came out. Sacking Tuchel has ended up costing them something like 37 million, because if you add up the 22 odd million that's going to Brighton in compensation, plus the 15 million that's going to go to Tuchel and his staff in severance, that's a ton of money. Plus, of course, I presume Potter's not managing. He's a very nice man, they tell me, but I'm sure he's not doing the job for free. So that is a really, really big package. And so I think the pressure there on Potter, not comparable to Ten Hag, but more so on the owners.
30 odd million, but let's not forget that Todd Boehly was anointed by our colleague and friend as not just a billionaire, a multi-billionaire.
Yeah, Stevie's all over it, isn't he?
Multi.
Yeah, Stevie's.
Oh, by the way, and don't forget, not just a billion, multi. Let's not forget as well, Graham Potter's taken over the world champions.
Yep.
Right. That's a big thing, that.
Yep.
World champions.
There you go.
Champions of the world.
Thank you. Gab,
Big thing. Remember I was told how big it was.
Gab, do you still identify as a Tuchelista?
I do, because once you're on board, once you're on the bandwagon, once you're fascinated by the genius of the man, you're kind of hooked. That said, managers aren't constants. They evolve. They change over time. Weirdly, they're a little bit like human beings. We don't always like the same stuff that we liked 10, 15 years ago, and I don't think we necessarily saw Tuchel play the kind of football that Tuchel wants to play. We only saw a little bit at Chelsea. I don't think we saw much of it at Paris Saint-Germain. Saw a little bit, perhaps, at Dortmund. But, you know, the Thomas Tuchel I fell in love with, which made me a Tuchelista, that was a long, long time ago. That was before even Dortmund. So
who's usurped him now at number one? Who are you in love with now, Gab? Who's your top man?
Well, you know who my top man is, and he manages Real Madrid. That aside, no. On a slightly more serious note, if I may, the remarkable thing about Tuchel is, I think what made him special isn't what brought him success at Paris Saint-Germain and at Chelsea when he won the Champions League, and then later that World Championship that Craig is so impressed with. It's a different skill set.
It's got a good Italian dish, that, isn't it? Tuchelista.
Tuchelista, yeah. Nice.
Tuchelista.
A little bit of
got a bit of Tuchelista.
Parmesan on top.
Yeah,
Lovely.
Falls apart after a while. Crumbles.
Craig, how do you think Billy Gilmour and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang feel after moving for managers who left a few days later?
Well, I think Billy Gilmour had to. Who you talking about?
Aubameyang.
Where did he leave?
Well, Aubameyang went from Barcelona to Chelsea, didn't he? And then
and then he left. Sorry, I was thinking about. I mean, Billy Gilmour's point of view. Billy Gilmour, I think game time was going to be a problem for him, and so I think he's still a young guy, so he could have waited, but he wanted to get out and play. I've been in that scenario a little bit when I left. And things could be different. You look back, when I left Celtic in '99, Barnsley was sacked a couple of months later, it wasn't a couple of days. And you kind of think, I should have hung on a little bit.
Right.
But it is what it is. A couple of days is a little a little raw, a little fresh.
Yeah, it was quite quick. Gab, what did you want to say?
But no, the funny thing is that the story that's doing the rounds here in London about the Billy Gilmour move was that, you know, Tuchel's like, yeah, okay, Gilmour's not in my plans. Sure, we can go ahead and sell him. And then the story is that Todd Boehly, obviously knowing that he was going to sack Tuchel, because remember, this wasn't a knee-jerk. This is something they'd been planning for a long time, that he supposedly tried to persuade Billy Gilmour not to leave. But, you know, Gilmour thought that Tuchel would be around and he'd have no chance with Tuchel. This story to me is so bizarre that I simply do not believe this, because I don't. In the end, it's Boehly's club. If you don't want the guy to leave because you know you're planning to sack Tuchel, then he doesn't leave. Simple as. Nobody's forcing you to sell him to Brighton, which is why so many bits of this narrative about Tuchel sacking and when they planned it and whatever, to me, just are complete porkers and just don't add up. They all
I believe the multi-billionaire, Gab.
Multi.
For Mario, is the perceived lack of form for Virgil van Dijk cause for concern in the Netherlands with the World Cup just around the corner?
Oh yeah, of course, because Virgil is the captain of the national team, and you want him to be performing at the best stage. I think the only thing what's happening now with Virgil is it's not only his form that we're looking at. We're also looking at, I think his level of expectation is way higher than what it was before. And I think that's why everybody's watching him, because we all know Virgil for being in control, leading the line, playing great football, making sure everybody around him is performing well too. And that's not happening. So that's why the pressure is on him. And I hope he can turn things really quickly, because the World Cup is sooner than later.
Mm-hmm. What are the Dutch going to do in the World Cup, Mario?
Not a lot.
No. Fall out.
I don't know, because you know what the thing is with the Dutch? I think we start off well. We have a good game of talking. But when it comes to really delivering, I think sometimes, you understand, we overestimate ourselves. And that's why, because we're so caught up in the Eredivisie that we're thinking like, oh, it's so great, it's so great. No, guys, chill out, man. You know, the moment when you think it's great is when you play there. Yeah, I thought it was great too. But the moment when I went abroad, when you cross the water, then your eyes open up. And I think that some of the players that left felt the same.
Who's your second team, Mario? When the Dutch get knocked out, who you then support?
I mean, I've been a Maradona fan for, you know, for part of my life. So, I mean, Argentina, you know, it will always be on my list. You know, I cannot, I will never, just like Gab said, you don't move away from the people you support
Yeah, but you lived in beautiful England for a long time, Mario. Surely the allure of Birmingham made you fall in love with England.
Then my whole life I had a dream to live in sunshine. Allow me to have a little dream, my friend. Don't kill my dream, please.
Well, listen, this is a man that moved to Wigan.
Yeah, exactly.
I lived in Manchester. Yeah, rain in Manchester.
Yeah, rain's more than anything there.
Second team. I'm still looking for a first team.
Well, yes. Yeah, you're not quite Stevie in like anyone but England. That's Stevie's that's his team, isn't he?
Well, he's not here to defend himself.
Well, we know that's true. What can we expect from Diego Costa on his return to the Premier League? Of course, made official to Wolves today.
Did you see the video?
Was he in chains?
I don't know. I didn't watch it.
I saw like he was in. I think he's been like unleashed. I think that was the thing, wasn't it?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what his fitness is. I've no idea.
He hasn't played for 9 months.
He has.
Go on, Gav.
The thing is, he hasn't played in 8 months. No, he hasn't played in 8 months, right? But if you look at Diego Costa and kind of what he looks like, he looks like the kind of guy who probably doesn't need to be fit or to train a lot to make a difference and to have an impact on games. Because I can tell you, even when he was at Chelsea, even when he was really good at Chelsea, he didn't exactly have a reputation as the guy who, was leading the wind sprints out there. He just kind of, he's got that internal intensity, and it makes up for him. And if you use him, as a late substitute or whatever, I think he can have an impact. Why not?
Mario, how would you fancy defending up against Diego Costa?
I mean, you're always going to have a battle, but I was fortunate, in my career that I never really interact with players that wanted to have a fight with you, Like, I mean, I'm sure you guys were familiar with Ferguson, the one that was at Everton, tall, strong. I was 19 playing against him. Yeah, some of the things you just do is that when Costa needs that fight, that adds to his quality because it makes him a better player when he goes into the battle with him. Don't go into a battle with a man that
right.
you're not. It's not your game. Don't do that. I would never do that.
No, I wouldn't do that either.
Punch him in the tunnel. Did I just say
Use the intelligence. Use the intelligence, then. Use the intelligence to play against
except my football brain, Mario.
It's not that. All these players that run around, they're not that tough.
No.
Nonsense. No, it's all show.
Final question. Sure. NFL, of course, starts again last week. Gab, how do you feel about your Eagles this season, and what are your expectations?
Well, on paper, obviously we had a really big off season, so I was all excited, and but then I watched them against the Lions, and by the end, I was absolutely furious with Jonathan Gannon and how in the end it was a squeaker of a game. Yeah, I know, but we were winning by what was it, like 38-14 at one point, and then this stupid Gannon defense goes back and then again it comes down. It could have come if we don't make that sort of what was it, like fourth and short. They get the ball back with a minute left, and they're entirely capable of scoring on us. So it's this kind of crap which upsets me. I'm happy for AJ Brown, Jalen starting the game at 0 for 7. I was ready to go and burn my Jalen Hurts jersey, but then of course he turned it around. Credit to him. But I can't have this guy just running. There's trouble. Let me just run. This is how you're going to get hurt. You need to sort it out. I don't want to see him running more than 3-4 times a game.
Okay, all right. We'll relay that message to him. Mario, are you into NFL at all?
This is upsetting.
Not really. I will not qualify myself as a genius, so I'd rather listen to you guys talking about it.
Oh, there you go. What's your second sport, Mario? Do you follow anything in America?
My second sport in America? UFC.
Oh, UFC. Yes. There you go.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh.
A little bit of fight, sometimes a little bit of boxing. I don't mind.
I like Mario's so chill with them.
Yeah, each to their own. See, the Rams got pasted by the Bills. Was that Thursday?
That was Thursday.
That's all I saw.
Yeah, completely.
Talk to me when it's the playoffs.
Okay, all right. Look forward to that conversation.
Right, okay, when's that?
ESPN FC is back on your screens. Tomorrow, of course, we'll be focusing on Bayern, who take on Barca, Liverpool against Ajax as well, plus Graham Potter's first game in charge.
Clattenburg here tomorrow?
Chelsea. No, Clattenburg. Stop going on about him. Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.